Give it a couple minutes for me to make sure everything's good. We're good, we're live. We're ready to continue and try and get ourselves to the end of the main story of this game. Okay. First load is always the best load.
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there? Get going!
Is this the way we're supposed to go?
Now we just need to figure out what door this key opens.
Hello.
Atreus, follow me.
Be right there.
How are you all doing this evening? Or afternoon? Or morning, depending on where you're at. Doing a focus on the main story here. Gonna try to get it done this stream. We'll see how far we get though. I might be underestimating the amount of time it will take me to get to said end.
Tyr's Ruin. This is it.
We're inside. But what is this place?
Your guess is as good as mine, little brother.
The tree! We're underneath the realm travel room. But why is the floor on the ceiling?
Those realm doors seem to mirror the ones above.
Fairly certain that,
Father, look up there.
yeah, we have to.
Up there. Tyr used the same magic to protect the Black Rune. The
Have
clues
you
seem
had
to
to
be
initiate
inside.
it?
Huh. Right next to the Jotunheim door.
Interesting. But can we reach it?
Not from here.
Oh, it's behind there.
Well, one inner sanctum within another.
Those tapestries. Looks like more giant. Whatever Tyr did for them must have been big. Whoa, who are they?
Boy, this is the rune for Jotunheim.
That's right. And look, we're on the other side of the door.
The upside-down door.
What are you thinking?
Stand back.
Okay. It's moving!
What's moving?
Everything!
Extraordinary. The whole room is built on some kind of axle.
There's chains on both sides. Without those.
We can flip the temple.
All right.
What now?
Great juxtaposition on that. Mimir's like, what? Well, Atreus is all for it. He doesn't even
Things are
question it.
happening. Okay. I don't think they're attacking.
Boy, on the statues.
I see them. It says void.
Ominous.
Go on. Read.
Before the first, after the last. Nothing between, no shadow cast. Alpha.
Are you quite sure flipping the temple is the only way to reach them, whatever it is?
You said there would be a path. The temple can be flipped.
Therefore, we flip the temple. The logic is unassailable. Not sure what happens when we recklessly upend a room that's rooted to 8 other realms. I'm curious, of course, but it's a leap to imagine it gets us to Jotunheim.
I don't mind a leap.
Well, who knows? Perhaps you and Tyr are the same kind of mad.
Oh, I'm getting excited. There's this. We need to find a thing for Mimir. And what do we do after
Here,
that?
boy. Another one.
It says his name is Bergelmir. I think Mother said he was the king of the giants.
Aye, that he was. And quite a bit more.
Looks like he had a lot of kids.
That, little brother, is what we call an understatement.
He's dead, but nobody killed him. Do giants die from old age?
They may, though it's rare among the legends.
So giants have similar, maybe not anatomy, but
Again with the death traps.
how do I do this one? Well, I figure we'll have to do this. To get them in sync. That's the time to go right there. I hope. Yep, okay, good. Alright. Hey, a chest. Ooh. Braces of the World Serpent. What do they give us? The loss of cooldown is not something I'm fancying right now, though. So we'll save those for later. A reason we must have to use this.
I'd have thought, brother. Why did you let the lad carry me for a while?
Let you miss this. No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Okay, good. So that won't kill me if I stand on it. That will kill me if I stand on it. That would be the time to go right there when it steps forward. Go.
The chain!
Okay.
Time to do what you do, brother.
Leave them in peace.
Obviously not referring to us.
Hey, it's a fragment of a language cipher. We should look for more like this.
Yeah, this part can be pretty difficult, but I actually think it's way less difficult than the last part we were doing, the Helheim part, basically. And that's mainly because the traps can do half the work for you, if not more than half. So oh. Trying to focus one down and then that little... That'll deal with the issue like that. Get hit by the flames. Okay, that takes care of that. Like I was saying, the traps do most of the work for you on this one. Now, if I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes me feel better. Which way is it coming? Towards clockwise, so
I'm not ready.
it's a little, maybe not aggravating, but a little more than I was hoping for. Crap. Hey, I'll make them like I said, the traps do most of the work for you if you do it right. That's why this isn't that hard. Because if you can get them right in front of your Oh, I could have done that a little bit better. I kind of let him hit me, not purposely, obviously, but I saw that he was starting to attack, and I'm like, I have enough time. I don't know why when my brain says that, my fingers just cease and desist immediately. Do I have to take out? No, we do not have to take out the 2 travelers. We've already done that. I love that. Alright. Yeah, might as well grab him. That'll give us a little bit of immunity from everybody else's attacks. Yeah, that was a perfect attack. Half tempted to just go rage mode on him, but we can't. Don't have rage mode. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, that was a tag team. I got stun locked and could not do a thing about it. So, well, that was a little bit of a shame. It's not that difficult to get to that part, though. Don't forget the talisman we have does not heal us. It refreshes our cooldown on all of our runic attacks. Nope. One more time just to be absolutely sure, so we don't get crushed on the return. Go. Yeah, I love when these little arenas have it set up to divert your attention like they do. So like, you're not 100% focused on what's going on, you're gonna get shredded. Yeah, it kind of sucks letting him go stage 2 like that. Oh, that was a little bit of a delay. Okay, at least he didn't. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's always cool that you can actually kind of block through those. Not block through them, roll through them. I'll just slowly... There we go.
Come.
The other chain waits.
Okay. That was a little difficult. Hey, hailstone. That was too late. Thought it was too late, but it wasn't. Got a little lucky on that end. This one's always fun. Gotta let it do a full-on rotation, I think. Actually, we gotta delay it a little bit. So we can do this with it. That's probably a more efficient way to get this done with, but I've decided to do it this way because this way...
Ah, it's the other kind. Variety is so important.
allows us to do some more variety. Not variety. What's the word I'm looking for? That's a little bit of a risk right there.
I truly do hate this part.
I know.
I mean, I could just go for it. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. A little bit of a buffer. Ah. I recall what this one does. We will save that heal stone for later in case we need it. A little silly to do this, but I figured I might as well do this and get this legendary chest or whatever this chest is. Get this out of the way real quickly. Hyperion grapple. That's pretty cool. This doesn't move. It does move you though. It moves you in their range. I'm gonna keep the slam activated. I'm gonna have to use this.
I can't believe we're so close.
I, for one, never doubted.
Right. Until gods grow.
Like a me.
No. They're just waiting for us.
Such a positive individual, isn't he?
Another piece of the language cipher. Good.
Now this is one of the more difficult ones. Ooh, that was bad, that was bad. Well, hello there. Did you just throw another person at me? Ah, that was bad. That was bad. I should have not went to them. I should have let them come to me. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. Apparently there is a range limit on the fire. And he's not dead yet. Is that everyone? Seems like it because the middle trap is not moving. One of the easiest ways to tell if you're done with one of these rooms is to see whether or not that guy in the middle is still moving. Alright. Yeah, that got a little stun locked on me. The first one hit me while the second one was starting to attack and I got screwed. Okay. Ow. That was a big old mistake on my part. I was trying to rush her. No real need to do that.
Focus up, boy.
Yes, sir?
Time to flip the temple.
Yes, sir.
I love how
Let's just
excited
agree
he
to stop
sounds.
saying flip the temple. It's starting to sound normal.
Oh, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad. I killed myself. That was bad. Why did I do that? Oh. Oh, that was bad. In my brain, I'm like, I should have just kept going. I might have made it out of the end of it. But when my brain said, this is bad, stop, I stopped and tried to go backwards. Oof. Oof. I don't need these anymore, but I might as well stick to what I was doing. This is more like what I should have done. Now we flip the temple and bounce.
Brothers, I know what I promised, but in case this doesn't work, just remember, Tyr had good cause to create these obstacles. He's kept Jotunheim out of Odin's reach, but the world is hardly at peace.
No, but it's got hope. We're all working together now. We have unity. That's what the rune on the door to this place was telling us. We're on Tyr's path.
Slow walk up to the thing. Might as well just
Lift
run.
with your legs, brother.
He knows.
Just trying to be helpful.
Yeah. Flip the temple.
On the day that brute force is the answer, I'll be quite happy to be on.
See that, Mimir? Nobody can do all this alone. All these obstacles. They're just chances to prove we're the ones who can beat them. We may argue. Me and Father, you and Freya, Brock and Sindri. But when we all work together, we do make a good team. And that's Tyr's test. That's why we're gonna make it to Jotunheim.
Do you hear that, brother? Lad's found his equilibrium.
What's that mean?
He means you speak wisely, Atreus. And that is good to hear.
Okay.
Ha! I guess the temple was made to be flipped.
Look, the tree's upside down. Or are we? I'm not sure anymore.
Hey, you're taking an awfully long time there, Atreus.
Roy, your knife.
Well, what have we got?
Some sort of travel stone.
Let me see. Great Outdumblers. That's the Unity Stone.
You know it.
I wasn't sure it existed. If Tyr possessed this, that explains how he could visit all the realms and other lands to boot.
He held this in the panel in Odin's library.
Yes. Yes, that's it. I understand now. It shows Tyr walking the realm between realms. You know how you must never stray from the path? Well, Tyr always followed his own path, if you catch my meaning.
The realm between realms.
The same realm that the dwarves can travel. So now we explore
So you're saying
the
Tyr's
realm
shrine
between-
showed him stepping up against the world. And you're thinking to reach the secret path to Jotunheim, that's what we need to do?
I am.
Oh
Two
dear.
going in or
That
what?
is what you're thinking, isn't it?
Now
Make
you're
sure we're all
talking.
upgraded. I love when they show you what
Say the word, kid.
what has an upgrade for already.
Don't need everything to suit, am I right? Got
We are
something
Matt.
else in mind? Bring those back soon. I got plans.
We'll have to work to get ourselves a set of these. Endless Mist, Cursed Mist, and Belt of Deadly Mist. I wonder which one I should go for. Probably that one, honestly. That's a focus on defense, that's a focus on runic and defense. This is a general focus on whatnot. I'd like to make a full set of traveler's gear at some point, just to do it.
You take care now.
How much experience? We got a lot of experience, so let's upgrade our skills. We're fully upgraded on the bow. We're getting upgraded on all of our rage, so now we don't have anything to deal with on that. We have all of our battle axes and stuff good and ready to go. What else do we have? We have, might as well see if we can upgrade any of our runic abilities. This, I actually really like this blast. And it's pretty quick too, every 40 seconds. Need to try and get that down to a quicker thing though. The Hyperion Slam. The grapple you can do quicker than the slam. But the slam does like a general AoE. And this is a one shot. It's to get you close to them though, so that could be, yeah. This doesn't really stun them, though. Or give them stun damage. It stuns them, but it doesn't give them stun damage. That's too dangerous for me. That's a pretty good AoE. I like this because it kind of sticks with them. That's pretty cool. The charge is more to get them off their feet and you close. This is focused on damage. This is a pure damage dealer. I'll stick with the charge of the ice board for now. This, I want to upgrade it. Ooh, we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we can upgrade the Myrtle Crows one final time. It's kind of funny because when I first did this, I was focused on the wolves. Because it summons, I think the max is 3 wolves it will summon. But based on how long it takes to redo this, this one's the strongest. In quotation marks. So without further delay, let's get to it. I love how you have to specifically state you want to go to the realm between realms. It amuses me
If you're thinking
greatly.
about hurling us all into the void, I hope you're quite sure.
Wasn't it your idea? Find our own path, right?
Bollocks.
This is such a cool sequence too. Not my favorite.
This is
But
where
still up
Tyr
there.
stepped beyond, and the Unity Stone protected him. Ready?
Ready.
Well, if this is it, lads, it's been an honor.
Our faith head.
This is incredible!
Oh, how can I be so nauseous without a stomach?
Come on, that was great.
Look.
The tower. I knew there was something down here.
Amazing! How do you hide something that exists in all realms? Cast it out of any realm to the space between. Clever old Tyr.
Is Jotunheim on the other side?
Can't be that. It's not like you go through Vanaheim to reach the Midgard Peak.
But how do we use it?
I'd suggest we look inside.
No,
and
it's pretty
stay
humorous
alert.
to me
Tyr's little challenges are never as simple as they appear.
that this
I have noticed.
tower, we've lately been seeing it out in Midgard, and it's becoming a little bit more solid each time we see it. So I'm pretty sure after we complete this tower will actually be out in Midgard. This is going to be difficult. Not the most difficult we've done through, but it's up there.
This is sparse.
The pedestal.
Are you all ready for a boss rush? I call it boss rush.
Took the stone.
It isn't really a boss rush.
It's absorbing the stone's energy.
Something's happening. Is it moving? It's moving.
It knows what to do. The stone served its purpose. We're fulfilling Tyr's spell.
What happens now?
No idea, brother. But after that fall, I'm sure we're past the worst of it. Oh, no, this is considerably worse.
Yeah. There's the swarm. So we might as well do our method of mowing. They are green after all, so... Wow, yeah, this is definitely a boss rush. What's the boss for this? How many enemies we faced. And I never got a resurrection stone, so that's a little bit of a... Not a demotivator, what's the word I'm looking for? Disappointment. That's a bit of a disappointment. Ah! Oh, that was a waste. That was a waste. You stay behind me and I start to dodge immediately, but they track you in the air. Mother son of a... This is what's so annoying about this quote-unquote boss, the Horde boss, as I call them. They track you. So you're better off to block than anything, because otherwise you get taken out by them. Like, look at that. Like what I was just talking about just now. That's ridiculous. Like, look at this. What am I supposed to do? And that right there, that killed me. That just killed me. Ah, I tried to. There's too many of them, man. Ooh, okay. And yet, I don't consider this as difficult because as soon as you get past this first boss, you get on to the first checkpoint. And I believe there's only 4 you have to go through. There's this. There's... I'm dead. That killed me. I can't do much.
I'm ready.
Okay, I was 20 feet away from him. That's BS right there. That is aggravating. Aggravating. Oof. Oof. Okay, what? How did you do that, dude? Do a countdown a little bit right now. Okay, these guys who grab you, these guys are a little BS right now. No warning on that one? Okay, you little sons of guns, I'm mad. They grab you and they screw up your groove, man. I'm dead.
Oh, wow, that's all.
There's more though. Elephant.
Oh, looks like Alphon.
Oh crap. I forgot about how difficult this dude is. Yeah, I'm gonna let him kill me, honestly. Yeah.
Come on, get up, brother.
I actually forgot how difficult those guys are. And at least I'm not at the full difficulty that they were. Maybe they are. Maybe they're exactly the same as the original boss we fought, but we'll have to see. Actually, hold on a second. I know what to do next time. Whoops. Oh, I know what I can do. Screw the, do the tracking attack with that axe. Ah! Son of a...
That was tough. Where do you think
That was
it's taking us
aggravating.
now?
I do not know.
Helheim.
Oh no! We're back in hell?
Oh dear, here they come.
Wave 2 of the Horde. I'm dead.
Need more time!
I backed up. I shouldn't have backed up. I should have blocked. Tis a shame, but we're on top of our game. So let's play. Let's play. That was interesting. We paused for a moment. I guess you don't like my singing.
Be ready.
That was kind of rude, honestly. That's gonna hurt.
Come on, get up, brother.
Well, could have done worse, I suppose. I wonder why it has to like load like that for this one. They're aggravating. How they do their little ice wave on you. I probably should have stuck with the without going rage mode on the very first one, but there were so many of them. This one's actually doable because there's not that many of them. And honestly, I'm just gonna stick with these. There we go.
Enough of that.
I had to get in focus mode there for a minute.
Muspelheim. This won't be good. Watch out!
Oh!
Oh, they're all at the same time. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Well, that's it then.
The ogre and the troll at the same time, especially considering it's a ranged troll, no, yeah, is gonna be a pain to deal with. But if I can focus it down and like that, if I can focus it down to points where I can get it to here and hit the troll a bit, it would be so much better. We're doing a lot of damage right now to this thing. And we killed the ogre. So that's good. Okay, that was a great focus we did. That was great focus we did.
Got it! Finally!
That's us.
You stop. I think it's over.
Aye. But where are we?
Wrath of Artemis. I like Hephaestus more because it does a cone of a damage?
Midgard. There's the bridge. We did it. The tower's back where it belongs.
Now Tyr's travel room can take us to Jotunheim.
How did Tyr do this?
Odin suspected the giant secretly possessed some remnant of primordial Jotnar creative essence, the stuff all realms were made of. The Unity Stone must have been fashioned from that essence. To trust an outsider with it, even Tyr, tells you just how desperate they were.
And look, now we can finally light all the braziers and see what happens. We've seen these runes before, but it's the kind I still can't read.
Oh, okay. What do we need to do? Ah, yeah, that's right. We need to travel to the... go to the realm travel room. Let's see what the Sindri and Brock
You fellas
have
sure
to
love
say.
to make a racket, don't you?
Something else we can do for you?
Nah, just glad you guys worked it out.
Ah. Well, I could say the same to you.
Ha!
I guess I was getting a bit full of myself.
Told him what he needed to hear, how's it sounds to me.
Just the same. I'm sorry for how I spoke to you, Sindri. You forgive me?
Already have. Like you said, it all worked out. Now, let us get back to work before I get sentimental.
That's one of the few times where the subtitles don't really fit with what they say. Before I get worked up, I think is what he said. I was kind of looking away, taking a drink of my tea, so I missed it, but...
I don't know what we'll find when we get to Jotunheim, but we must cover our tracks. Odin's ravens will tell him of the tower's restoration, and we mustn't let our efforts be to his benefit.
Very well.
This is it. Here we go.
There's no crystal.
Hold on, wait a minute. This isn't going to work.
What?
There's no travel crystal. Tyr must have used his own eyes to refract the energy. It was his final failsafe.
You've got eyes like him, Mimir.
I've got an eye. One! Odin plucked out my other eye precisely to keep me from traveling. Sorry, lads. Thought that would work.
What did Odin do with your other eye?
He'd have kept it. In any of 100 places, I'm afraid.
We've come so far. There has to be a way.
Look, bit of a long shot. For years, I'd see Sindri, sometimes Brock, lurking around in that mountain when Odin came for his visits. Maybe they know something.
Brock and Sindri.
Let's see what Brock and Sindri have to say, eh?
Hey guys, question for you. Anyone know where we can find Mimir's other eye?
Oh. That's... I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, Odin asked me to... He wanted me to build a... He showed it to me, you see, and I...
Oh, come on, Sindri. You can pull through.
Sorry, will you excuse me? Oh.
Well, that was useless.
You know, it was about that same time that Odin came around looking for me to build a statue with some sort of hidden compartment. Now, that not being a weapon and the Aesir being a bunch of pock-speckled cockers, I too saw fit to decline. But I know we got it built just the same.
What was the statue?
It's that one of Thor out there flashing his sack to the lake.
The statue that the serpent ate.
Sorry about that. Feeling much better.
How are we supposed to look inside the snake?
Sindri's reaction.
Oh no.
We'd better go see what the world serpent has to say about that. Well, lads, I don't know what lies ahead, but now would be a good time to make sure your gear is once more to the horn.
Yeah, let's do what he just said, because I might have some upgrades to do and experience to go through, because...
What's got you all bum-fuzzled over there? Get going!
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Whatever.
We'll see, though.
Steady.
Jormungandr at this point is probably like, Jesus, how many times am I gonna get called today?
Is the statue lost to us?
He thinks it might still be in his stomach. And he's open to letting you row into his mouth to look inside.
Ew. Really?
By the by, he's not wild about it either.
So, are we really doing this? Letting the serpent swallow us?
You do not have to come.
Well, I'm not gonna miss this.
I love that. Do we really have to do it? Well, I'm not missing it. Wouldn't miss it for the world, see? Could have made a I wouldn't miss it for the world serpent joke, but kind of missed out on that one, so I might as well tell you about the joke that I missed out on, so I make myself look even more foolish.
You sure this is a good idea?
No.
I may have
Well, brothers, I've been to
estimated
many
how long
strange
this would have
places,
taken.
but this will be a new one.
Yeah. I've never been in a giant's belly either. How about you, Father?
Never one who was not trying to eat me.
We really should expect that sort of response at this point.
I do love that. How many giant or large creatures has Kratos been inside? From the beginning, we have the giant Hydra. Gaia, Kronos, who else?
Funny. I used to dream about getting eaten.
Dreams are nothing.
I'm not afraid. It just reminded me of a way I used to feel when I was a child. Let's find that statue.
Dreams are nothing to be afraid of. And before Kratos could even say that, Atreus was like, no, you misunderstand, see?
Smells not as bad as I thought it'd be. Bit like heather ale fermenting. Rather pleasant, actually.
You're so weird. What's that down there? The water kind of burns in here. That
It's
is
not
water,
water.
isn't it?
Aye.
You can reach
Gastric
over here.
acid. Gastric acid, not acid. Or acid, or whatever it says. So I love how this is set up because if I've never done it before, but I'm fairly certain
The hammer.
you could call the serpent down so you could do this again. But just to be sure, we're gonna make sure we do not miss anything important. Because it would suck to miss a couple things because they were inside the serpent.
Father, over there.
No. There we go.
Lemire, any idea where Odin hid your eye?
No, it's not like I can still see through it.
Getting us through. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Is this the last thing to go to,
Now we can decipher those Niflheim.
Yep, Niflheim.
And the travel rune is here too. You wanna go?
Made the sound of grabbing a bag.
Yep, that's an eye.
Maybe you should stick that in my head for safekeeping. Gently now, gently. Thank you, brother. You don't miss depth until it's gone.
How do I get down now? Ah, okay, that'll work. That is kind of humorous how the
How's it feel,
boat...
Lemire?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm feeling whole again, but it's a right improvement.
The Bifrost is intact.
It'll serve.
Then we have all we need.
Finally, we're going to Jotunheim. There's no stopping us now.
Laddie, have you ever heard the term tempting fate?
I mean, didn't he just say the same thing recently? When we were doing that boss, the quote-unquote boss rush? More of a realm rush, in all honesty.
So how do we get back out?
We signal.
Hold on! What's going on? Well, that was mildly terrifying. Maybe our presence is upsetting Jormungandr's belly.
No. Something is wrong.
What's happening to us?
Nothing good!
Something's hitting him.
Glad that's over.
Is he getting hit? What is that?
We must hurry.
Couldn't agree more, brother.
Yeah, the main thing is the world serpent is,
Hold tight and watch your balance.
The board shifting! I'm gonna...
Well, there goes a boat. Ow. And there goes the world serpent getting knocked out.
Boy!
I'm good. I think I'm getting kind of used to this.
He fell from the same distance as Kratos and took it, so he's very durable.
Something we did?
Nope.
No. Something else. A dead giant. Why would the serpent leave us here?
Look! Freya. We can still trust her, right?
Until we know for certain, keep her distance.
The world serpent. What's happened here?
We hoped you would know.
You are far from home.
I'm looking for my son. The two of you. You helped me see things more clearly.
You do not know where he is then?
No. But the woods and fields speak his name. I know he walks here in Midgard.
When did you see him last?
Long ago. Before you were even born. Why are you standing so far from me?
There is a... It's not a creepy
wrong?
undertone, but with how she says
Something's
that
happened.
and how they're acting, gives it a creepy undertone, you know what I mean? This is creepy as crap. And the music... Baldur's
I had a
music.
feeling hurting the big snake would bring the two of you out in the open. Do you have any idea at all, what you have cost me?
Both your nephews.
My boy.
Mother.
I'm here. Don't run away.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, Mother.
I know that you're still angry. I know that how you feel hasn't changed, but I want you to...
How I feel? How I feel? I've spent the last 100 years dreaming of this moment. I rehearsed everything I ever wanted to say to you, every word, to make you understand exactly what you stole from me. But now, I realize I don't need you to understand anything. I don't need you at all.
Back off, Kratos. This has nothing to do...
This path you walk. Vengeance. You will find no peace. I know.
You... I'll deal with you later. But family first. This again?
Please! No! I can reach him! You have to stop fighting!
You and your magic! I hate you.
This is cutscene stuff.
Stop!
You might want to turn away, boy. This won't be pretty.
I won't let you hurt him.
No, boy.
fine.
Stop!
That was a fucking big
Atreus!
hit. My apologies for that.
Bleeding.
I'm trying not to do
Breathe,
that
boy. Breathe.
as often. But ooh, that hit every time I see it.
Not my blood.
And this, oh. This moment right here. Because I looked up, or I knew of some lore previously. So when I first saw the mistletoe stuff, I was like, oh. And then this happened. I totally forgot about the bow strap.
I can feel everything.
He's vulnerable now?
This was like, oh boy.
You will not do this!
What's going on? Is Freya trying to kill us?
She
No.
can't.
Do you hear the wind? We are moving.
That arrow. Father punched the mistletoe?
In the quiver strap, yes. The mistletoe harmed him.
Freya said it was wicked.
He's more than harmed. The spell is broken.
He can be killed.
I'm certain of it. It's all coming back now.
Now he remembers.
Because it was under a spell that was linked to Baldur's invulnerability. And our arena.
She's controlling that thing?
Stay out of it! I can reason with him!
No, you
No,
cannot.
woman. You cannot. He means to kill you.
Can't stop me! No one can!
Where is he?
I don't care if he kills me. I will protect him. I will not let him die.
Don't touch him. This will all be over soon.
There!
You will stop this now.
I tried to block it.
Killing you is going to feel so rewarding now.
Checkpoint.
I feel freezing.
Stop hurting my boy.
Better than I remembered.
I couldn't block quick enough. I'm pretty sure we're back at the, not the beginning, but the second stage where he just became freezing. Oh, we are at the beginning.
I feel freezing. I'm coming for you!
Okay, brother.
No, I most certainly am not okay. I gotta get back in the groove of fighting this guy. He's got new attacks. He is tough.
I feel freezing.
No! Stop hurting my boy!
The chill is better than I remembered.
Okay, so hold on.
Hold me.
Give me one moment, please. My apologies, I was getting into that and got a little interrupted. That's okay. Let's continue. Didn't want to break up the
Weak mother! I'm coming for you!
yeah, I didn't want to break up the action there, but it happened anyways.
Snow, wind, I can feel them.
Yeah, it messed me up and got me killed now. Hello.
Listen to your mother!
Incredible!
Alright, so
More! Show me more!
it's very difficult to get that timing down, but I'd rather do it a little bit early than a little bit late and take that damage. You can't do any damage to us anyway, Freya.
I feel freezing!
That was actually 2 perfect blocks in a row. I could block way quicker, but I ended up not.
Weak mother! I'm coming for you! Mother!
That was good. Good insta-block. Oh, I thought it was red too late.
My boy, I only wanted to protect you.
Oh, that's that. Ah, I got too focused on the health stone. At least it's a good, not really checkpoint, but a good.
Son, please don't look like
That one we can get too quick now. The problem is we need to stick with it. Freezing!
No! Stop hurting my boy!
Hold me!
Oh my god.
Weak
He's so annoying. Freya is so annoying about this. Got it. Couldn't get that one. Freya got me. Nope. Freya's gonna get me killed again. We do not want that. A little rough.
More! Show me more!
Yeah, really quickly we get to the axe.
I feel.
So that's not really anything of an issue.
Stop hurting my boy!
Already you're doing this?
You weak mother.
I hope that didn't initiate. It didn't. Good. Yeah, I can't dodge those. I'll keep forgetting. I gotta either perfect block the first one or just block them.
No.
Yeah, my apologies for
Killing you is going to feel so rewarding now.
earlier. Was the middle of this and it screwed me up. I'm still thinking about it. That's why I'm so screwed up now. I got interrupted by my mother. Needed something. I'm not mad about that. I'm more mad that I just got I got a little messed up from that. The groove. Anyway.
I feel. Freezing.
Stop hurting my boy!
Chill. It's better than I remembered.
It goes right, left, right. I'm doing much better now. Now I got that out of my mind. No, I wanted that green. No! No, 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 no.
To your mother!
That's disappointing. We're doing good though. We're making headway. We're getting farther ahead. That was the farthest we've been so far.
More! Show me more!
No, you're just more of an annoyance than anything. I can't wait till we get to the stage where I'm just fighting him and I have nothing to worry about from you. In all honesty, Freya. You are the biggest distraction in this entire part. And if it wasn't for you, I'd be having such an easier time.
Freya! You have to make your father stop!
Yes! 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 Oh, outstanding!
know, this isn't a checkpoint right there, so we got a lot more to do. I'm just gonna let him kill me now.
Incredible!
That's what I felt like doing anyways. I was so aggravated just then. I went to go block. There we go.
I feel.
Now we're back in the groove of things. I'm an idiot. Oh, come on! At least I was able to get that off. God, Freya's so freaking annoying. I hate Freya. I hate Freya. I really do.
I love it.
I want to punch my wall right now.
More! Show me more!
Now I'm getting in the groove of things. I'm getting in focus mode. I'm going to get quiet, so...
I feel! Freezing!
Stop hurting my boy!
Better than I remembered!
You gotta love when Freya's little thing there.
You will listen to your mother!
Nope.
Brother, get up, brother.
This is gonna be great.
Son! Please stop!
feel freezing.
Stop hurting my boy!
He was about to do a charge attack or some sort.
You can hold me.
Love how that attack hits me every time.
I'm coming for you. Mother! It's better than I remembered.
You don't look too good.
No! Get up!
Incredible!
You will not do this!
Well, I will as many times as it takes me to get through and beat Baldur here.
More! Show me more!
So there goes the first part of it.
I feel!
The second part isn't as hard. It's not that difficult. I know I can get it done easily. The problem is actually doing it. I need to focus more on hitting him when he's trapped like that.
This can hold me! Weak mother! I'm coming for you! Mother! I love it!
Gotcha. Oh, come on. I just couldn't.
Wind! I can feel them!
I can't do anything. I couldn't see. The camera was screwed up on that.
Listen to your mother!
Okay. Okay. Really? No, no, back up. Oh, that's aggravating. Ooh, that was close. I don't know if that does any damage, but it does knock you back, and it is a red attack. So it has me worried slightly. Got it, finally. Ooh.
You will stop!
Now we got a checkpoint.
Atreus! Atreus!
I'm up here. I'm okay.
I'm doing wonderful. I've never felt so alive.
Looks like a dang demon. Ah, that's right. Yeah. I remember this part. Or that attack, I should say. Oh boy. Been going for 2 hours so far. Bad enough I have to deal with him.
More! Show me more!
I swear to God, if I get killed because of this crap. Or so many little minions.
Incredible!
Everything's okay back there?
Oh, that's bad. That's just a knock away. Yeah. It did get me killed. She did get me killed. With that stupid minion summoning. Yeah, I don't even try to perfect block those because they move way too slow.
Come on, get up, brother!
God, you're annoying, dude. But you know who's more annoying? Your mother. So I see where you get it from. It's actually awesome we can use that attack to kill all the little guys though. Perfect for me. Oh no. That's not good. I need to get to the next checkpoint quick, or I'm screwed. Run! Thank you. That is a shame. I was doing good too. That last block though, didn't do much. Getting a drink of water really quickly. Yeah, I have to insta block that attack or it kills me. And I can do it. I know I can do it. I've proven that I can do it. Okay, that follows you. I forgot about that, how it follows you. That punk. Ugh. I couldn't do anything. It followed me. It followed me too much. I still don't think this is the most difficult fight. It's aggravating, yes, but it's not difficult. Okay, come off of it. This is what makes it difficult, in quotation marks. Having these other enemies to deal with makes it difficult. And I'm doing the quotation marks because it's annoying. Freya doesn't...
Incredible! More! Show me more!
Ah.
Feeling glorious!
Okay. No, 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 no.
Oh, it's wonderful! More! More! Show me more!
Ah. I wish they would grab onto him like that.
Incredible!
There we go. Third checkpoint. Stage 3. I think this is where we stop getting bothered by Freya and we can actually fight.
I'll kill you!
Stay away from my son! You don't have to do this!
But we do.
There!
Stop him!
Ow. This is my favorite sequence right here. This.
Please! There has been enough pain!
Shut up!
Father and son working together to kick this god's butt.
Both of you, you've done what even the All-Father himself could not. I've never felt more alive. Ironic, isn't it?
Kicking his butt. Here we go. We're in the arena now. This is the arena. Ah! I'm like totally zoning out on Freya now because she's not actually bothering me anymore. Ooh, that was dumb. I should have. Oh, I ran right into it. No! We were doing so good. Oh. Honestly, I'd rather not waste it.
Think you can beat me now?
I tried to back up. I was doing great, but I messed up so badly. Oh, he's kicking me butt. That's way too fast. He goes way too fast. And I was frosted, so that's why I was going so slow. I couldn't get out that quick enough. Dratsman.
You okay, brother? Come on, get up, brother.
There we go, we got him. Well, I know I can stop you. If I stop messing up, though. Switching back and forth is a little difficult. Oh my god, no. I'm dead. Oh no, I turned around like a moron. Okay. Yeah, if you get hit by the frost one, you're dead. Honestly, if you get hit by one of those when he's doing all three of them, you're dead. No.
Right, that's just perfect.
Yeah, I'm saving rage mode for later. focus mode right now. Because while this may not be hard, it's long.
Consider the tactical retreat.
Oh, okay, cutscene. Oh god. We did it. Took us an hour.
Come on! Do it! Do it!
Stop. Please.
He's beaten, Father. Not a threat.
You will not come to us again. You will not touch her.
I don't need your protection.
Shots again. Help yourself. Can you, Mother? No matter what I do or say, you won't stop interfering in my life.
I was just trying to protect you. I've made mistakes. I know. But you're free now. You have what you want. Try to find forgiveness. We can build something new.
No. We can't. Because I will never forgive. You still need to pay for the lifetime that you stole from me.
I have paid. I have paid. But if that alone will make you whole, if seeing me dead will make things right, I won't stop you.
I know.
What? No, Father!
I love you.
Why do you even care? You could have walked away.
The cycle ends here.
That's that. My apologies for getting as frustrated as I did. I was just getting aggravating though.
No, my boy! My dear sweet boy!
Freya. He chose this.
I will rain down every agony, every violation imaginable upon you. I will parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything. You were just an animal. Passing on your cruelty and rage, you will never change.
And you do not know me.
I know enough. Does he?
Boy. Listen close. I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with a god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving. And many who were not. I killed my father.
That was your father in hell. Is this what it is to be a god? Is this how it always ends? Sons killing their mothers? Their fathers?
No. We will be the gods we choose to be. Not those who have been. Who I was is not who you be. We must be better.
Well, guess we're the bad guys now.
In her eyes, yes. But she could never make that choice. We should finish this journey while I still have strength.
I don't
What a
understand.
ride.
I know saving her was the right thing. But she seemed all evil at the end.
Not evil. You killed her son, lad. Her son. The death of a child is not something a parent gets over easily.
But he was gonna kill her.
She would have died to see him live. Only a parent can understand.
So you'd let me kill you?
If it meant you would live. Yes.
Look, there was no easy choice. For anybody, brother. But I think we can all agree you did the right thing. The world's a better place with Freya in it. Just give her time, lads. She'll come around.
Back to Tyr's temple, then. One last time.
Aye.
Such a big
Jotunheim awaits.
sequence of events that was awesome. Every time it's awesome.
Why did Baldur say we cost him?
Odin must have convinced him that following you to Jotunheim would bring his cure. Lies, I'm sure.
Why did mistletoe break the spell?
Vanir magic is powerful, but its rules are slippery and elusive. I'm sure it makes sense if you're a witch. Oh, but it's also bloody tragic. Baldur was the greatest gift Odin granted Freya. The one thing she treasured from their marriage. She only hoped to spare him pain and spare herself loss.
And
Such
it was a
impulses can lead
self-fulfilling
good parents to
prophecy.
make terribly stupid decisions.
Most prophecies are self-fulfilling, in all honesty. And this is one of the situations, a
Mimir.
needless death.
Why did you say Tyr felt responsible for what Odin did to the giants?
There was an incident shortly after the forging of Mjolnir, when Tyr arranged a diplomatic meeting between Odin and the giant kings. Well, this was when the Long War was young, when victory was still a thing dreamed of, and the Jotnar might have tipped the balance between Aesir and Vanir. Odin had persuaded Tyr that the hammer was merely a deterrent, a means to broker peace from a position of strength. Tyr was hopeful to convince all parties they would prosper best through peace. He knew the giants were deeply concerned about the hammer, a super weapon in hands they did not trust. But they trusted Tyr. Tyr always believed the best in people, and taking Odin at his word in his desire for peace, he brought the Raven King to Jotunheim. From there, things unraveled quickly. The giants anticipated Odin's trickery and exposed his true agenda to spy and steal their secret wisdom. With magics, they expelled Odin from their realm and cursed him never to return. Frustrated, Odin visited his fury upon the giants of Midgard. Thor unleashed Mjolnir's might upon any giant he could find. None could stand against the tide of slaughter that followed. And at last, it seems, with Tyr's aid, they retreated. The tower disappeared, no giants could be found in Midgard, and no man nor god has set foot in Jotunheim since.
Crazy intense that was.
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there? Get going!
Yeah, they don't have much to say.
Here we go! I can't believe we're gonna see the giants.
Well, if things work according to plan, go ahead and lock in Jotunheim and we'll be on our way. Probably.
Went the exact opposite way.
Boy, ahead. Get ready.
Oh, right. Got it. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Oh, hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine. Ready?
That's unpleasant!
Now, boy! We must be close.
Well, what are we waiting for? Think it's far?
We will see.
A word, please, before we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there's a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight...
lady Sif's soft, perfect sloshers. You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Fine, damn it. Fine!
Watch their head till we return.
I can do this. No, I can't. Oh.
Okay.
Ready. Come.
Boy, do I have plans for you. You honey back. Don't flatter yourself.
Took us over 3 hours, but we did it. We beat her in under 10 days. Feels good. All that's left now is to 100% it.
Look! We're on the giant's fingers. I can see the highest peak ahead. Right over there. We did it.
We did.
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
Such a good moment, too.
Can we go now?
And a trace
We're
does
so
not give a
close.
damn.
Boy. Carry her.
Oh, hello. How are you today?
Boy.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
We're just finishing up the main story, as you can see. And after that, we might do a little bit of exploration. And start some
Hello?
cleanup.
Anybody here?
What is this place?
They must have all come through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them.
Why carve all these faces?
What if this is all the giants that got out of Midgard alive? Not really many at all. Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
Just informing you as we walk through here that I normally start my streams at 8 p.m. every weekday, take the weekends off.
Huh.
And if you feel like throwing a follow so you can join me on my weekly adventures, I would much appreciate it, and thank you in advance if you do so. If you don't, that's alright.
I should feel them, but I don't. This place is dead. What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered, and two more take its place.
Wait! Father! Something's happening. It's your axe. It's Mother. Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how? And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain, the stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant. I'm a giant. Why didn't you tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
Here's the big,
yes,
sad reveal.
Yes, we are.
After that, there's a little bit of a break, but we do get to see this right here. An older Atreus. And then from that point, nothing. So, very, curious, very curious.
Look, it's Mother's. She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us. Watching over us. Leading us home. Let's finish it.
together. Son. Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom. The Giants. They really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
Come.
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The Giants called me... Loki?
Loki. That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
A question for another day. Let us go home.
Guess it all makes sense now. Why she want to end up here? Be with her kind? But did she know it was going to be like this here? Is this what she wanted us to see? Did she want us to tell the people? Or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh. Ugh. So, why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
The Great Warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly. But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines of war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life in battle, his sacrifice saved countless others and turned the tide in our favor. I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. Lumir missed it.
Oh, such a good game. Now all that's left is clean up. And we'll probably do that Friday, tomorrow. Probably do some cleanup tomorrow. And I'll probably switch back and forth. Between cleaning up God of War and playing a new game after this.
I understand if you want to go home, but maybe helping people is part of why Mom sent us out here, too. I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Huh. That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
Yeah. It does not quite fit with Atreus, Loki. It doesn't really do that. But it is a nice little, like, this was Loki. And if you actually read the legitimate lore behind Norse mythology,
Lads,
quite
I'm
the
glad
read.
to see you. I believe I've reached my limit for dwarven charm.
What happened, Mimir?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
Oh, that's right. Silly me. We have to go to, Midgard.
Before we return to Midgard, I should warn you. More time has passed than you likely realize. The snowfall that began when you slew Balder has become something else. The stuff of omens.
Omens for the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers.
3
And
years.
when it's done, Ragnarok
Ragnarok.
begins.
Ragnarok. From snow.
Aye, snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
Yeah. We killed Balder. And then it started.
I'm telling you, it's Fimbulwinter. I
That
can feel it in my
Fimbulwinter.
scrotum. This is the big one.
Stop saying that. Oh, you're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow, and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me the voice of reason?
Guys?
Just discussing the weather. Bit of a cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my scrotum.
Yeah. We heard.
So, if you're heading home, try to keep moving. And also, to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice.
Well, that's what she wrote. Nothing for us at Jotunheim. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all she wrote today. I'll say.
What's got you all bumfuzzled over there? Get going.
Next up, we're going to be doing cleanup and we will be trying to get 100% in this. Starting with all the easy stuff, all the collectibles and whatnot. I might have to look some stuff up as we go along, and that'll be fun. But aside from that, I thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, I would kindly appreciate it if you would follow. For those of you over on the YouTube, I thank you as well. If you haven't already, subscribe so you will know whenever I upload these VODs or any other content that fits my fancy. And you can follow me over on Twitter. Excuse me. You can follow me over on Twitter so you know whenever I tweet out whatever randomness crosses my brain or whenever I'm going live, so you know that I'm going live. I'll see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Till then, bye-bye.